The United Nations declared the year 2014 as the International Year of Small Island Developing States. The aim was to promote the achievement of sustainable development of these small islands. For its part, the Seychelles declared its own national theme of the year 2014 as Seychelles, a determined island nation.
A portrait of my father playing dominoes.
This was an opportunity for all small island states all over the world, including the Seychelles, an archipelago of 115 islands in the west of the Indian Ocean with a population of just over 90,000 people.
We are beautiful.
This initiative allowed them to promote education and awareness of seeds, especially amongst young people. With fast technological development, the impact of globalization, for many small island states, their sustainable lifestyles and values were being eroded or influenced by other ways of lives. Seeds has worked tirelessly as a united force to ensure a great future for the upcoming generations. The logic is pure and simple. Small island states share many characteristics. Many of them have small but growing populations, limited resources, remotedness, and many of them face natural disasters and face the impact of climate change.
Traditions about the power of nature.
Regardless of all their vulnerabilities, these islands are rich in diversities, have fascinating cultures, exotic cuisines, vibrant music, amongst many wonderful attributes. Since 2014, the Seychelles Ministry of Energy and Climate Change, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, has initiated a Seeds Day on its school calendar as part of its educational program. The Seeds Day has been one of the greatest highlights of the school calendar.
We are beautiful.
The Seeds Day, for short, like we like to call it, for the Small Island Developing States Day, is very important for us. You know, Seychelles being one of the smallest island states of the world, because as we like to say, we are all connected by oceans.
Seychelles is a small island developing state, and having a day when we can celebrate the common links that we have with other small island states around the world, it's worth it in terms of education, to educate our children, tomorrow's future generation, on other islands like the Seychelles. Where are they? What do we have in common with them?
Having a Seeds Day on the school calendar not only became an eye-opener, but gave great insights of the knowledge of the students and the population at large on other small island developing states.
We noticed that there was a lack of knowledge, you know, nationally, across the different stakeholders, from the adults to the school children, to the young people, on what's happening, you know, in the other regions of the world where you have the other small island developing states. And from there onwards, from that year, the ministry, the education section within the ministry and the Ministry of Education started organizing activities, sensitization activities, public awareness activities, to bring these regions closer to home.
Ilvani, Caraïbes, Carnaval.
One of the activities included the participation of the key players in the 2014 International Carnival of Victoria, the Seychelles capital. In this float, the costumes and colors of various small island developing states were on display. It was an opportunity to showcase seeds to all who were there.
Ole, 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 ola, la musique qui nous la voit.
We've worked hard over the last couple of years to educate, you know, the people about how closely we are related.
Other activities were also organized which took students out of the classroom and into the community To commemorate Tree Planting Day on March 21st of 2014, a tree planting event was organized on the western part of Mahé, Seychelles' largest island. Trees were planted, each one representing a small island developing state. This initiative was supported by one of Seychelles' largest telecommunication companies, Cable and Wireless Seychelles.
As a small island developing state, it's important that we showcase these types of events.
This is where it all started, where Seychelles took the responsibilities to take care of the seeds by planting a tree for all seeds. And our responsibility continues with caring and nurturing for those trees, ensuring that they grow healthily, with pride, to welcome all the visitors across the world to visit us. While visiting this place, they will also be able to learn about seeds.
4 years later, the seeds trees have grown into symbols of our commonness, and it is certainly a meaningful little forest on the western part of Mahé. The year for students kept getting busy. To promote the national theme of the year, Seychelles, a small determined island nation, a series of competitions comprising of poems, songs, and essay writings were organized for primary school and secondary school students. In taking part in these competitions, the students learned about seeds countries, their languages, their geographies. All in all, they learned interesting facts about these small island developing states. Prizes were given to the students for their hard work. Also, each school in the country selected a seeds they wanted to work on. During the whole year, the school had to organize special activities to raise awareness of their chosen seeds for the school community and the whole population. Everything was put on display in an exhibition for the public. It was a successful educational event that the general public requested that the exhibition was repeated. Children and young people were also encouraged to explore about challenging issues that seeds are encountering and discuss about them in debates, speeches, poems, and posters.
What I aspire for 2020 will be nothing extravagant, but simply that I still be alive by then and not submerged along with my motherland.
One speech which caught the attention of many was that of a young environmentalist named Sonam, who wrote a letter to the then UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who 2 years later had the opportunity to present her speech to the Secretary General himself upon his visit to the Seychelles Islands.
If our students in school know about these islands, they can build an affinity with them as people having the same way of life, also having different cultures. So it's both what we have in common as well as how we differ.
And how similar we are in terms of our well-being, our heritage, our culture, and how we behave as islanders.
Well, they learned that across the world there were cultures and adventures similar to ours. In fact, they didn't know much about seeds, and the more they know, the more they want to know about the other seeds. Usually when we go to school, we know that they know all the Indian Ocean seeds because it's close to them. They know Jamaica because of the reggae of Bob Marley, but tell them about Papua New Guinea, about Samoa or Kiribati, they won't know about it. But now if you go to schools, they do know those places and where they are.
Often, small islands have exotic cuisines. What better ways to learn about people by getting a taste of what they eat? Thus, a food competition at school level. It was an opportunity for them to enter the kitchen of many seeds countries.
J'appelle Kalalou. Il a fait avec spinach ou bien remplacer avec dashing leaves. Après nous servir pour saler pour mettre ensemble.
When they learn about the culture of another island, it's as if they are living. They are living as an islander there. I've seen before where we have children studying the culture, the way of life of these islands, and then portraying them, the music, the costumes, the food.
The public wanted to learn about how to prepare the breadfruit, for example, in another way than we do, or how they can prepare the fish in another way that we do.
This was particularly very interesting to see how the children, the young people, how they showed so much interest in learning and researching about their friends from the Pacific, their friends from the Caribbean, learning about simple things, you know, the food, the clothing, the music.
Since 2014, many students across the country have gained enormous knowledge about the small island developing states through the commemorating of the Seeds Day. Again this year, a Seeds Day was celebrated on the 10th of August.
The Seeds Day 2018 was a very exciting one for every schools. Well, as soon as you enter a school gate, you will hear only about those small island developing states. It was done with a lot of passion. And some schools want to now to visit their seeds that they worked on.
Other ways of learning about those small island states were through a video competition focusing on women and girls from small island developing states. But they were also invited to dance and to dress up. Fashion shows were also organized to display the costumes of various seeds countries. The Montfleury Secondary School took part in the competition. They chose to represent the island nation of Kiribati. Alison was part of the team along with her teacher, Gilbert.
Before, I didn't know anything about a small island developing state, and now that I have heard about it, I learned so many new things. And in our school, we do small campaigns, we learn about their cultures, their dance, their music.
We participate in a fashion show. We choose Kiribati. So through that we discover a lot of things that is so very interesting about Kiribati.
I've learned that their culture kind of relates to ours, but they stick to their culture. Unlike ours, we have lost mostly of our culture.
So we never heard about that island, so it was something that we were very eager to learn more. And then when we discover about the traditional food, their dancing and everything, and then we learned that it's not only Seychelles that it's we can call paradise, or that it's been preserved to the natural state. There are a lot of islands also that's the same as Seychelles. So we are proud to be part of those islands.
So we don't just learn from books where they are, what they do, these people, but we put ourselves in their place by all those practical activities.
We are beautiful islands like jewels and pearls, shining in the crown of the earth.
Seychelles is proud to be a pioneer in commemorating and celebrating Seeds Day every year, with passion and a thirst to learn more about the lives of other islanders around the globe. This has developed a sense of pride to be part of the big Seeds family and connectivity to other seeds of the Indian, Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The government is now committing itself in supporting Seeds Day, and local donors such as the Environment Trust Fund and private businesses are also providing financial support to ensure that Seychelles continue to learn about seeds.
looking back and seeing where we are now in 2018, 4 years after, I think through the commemorative days that we've had, the Seeds Day that we've had throughout the years, I think it's built a much stronger awareness and understanding at how similar we are in every aspect, the small island states, and how similar we are in terms of our challenges, and how similar we are in terms of our well-being, our heritage, our culture, and how we behave as islanders.
We committed to continue to do it, and Seeds Day is and will stay on our educational calendar for both Ministry of Environment as well as the Ministry of Education, because there's a lot more for us to do to educate our population about small island developing states.
Beautiful.